Okay, I think we're live. I'm just gonna wait just a second to make sure this is all caught up. Okay, there we go. Okay. Greetings, everyone. We're going to be playing, obviously, Crash Bandicoot the N-Sane Trilogy today. Don't know how much. We'll probably at least try to beat the first one, if nothing else. I can do that pretty quickly. Let's see. Yo, Garrett, D100. Yo, Doggy NGT, Snipe 12, Zen Garden Party, Sword, Nova Storm, and Joe Bullet Chief. Hello, everyone. Let me know if the audio is good and you can hear the game and everything. I think it's set all correctly this time. Yo, Snickety Slice. Yo, Lepkin Flamingo, Spectroid. Yo, Data Kensington, or Drift. Let's go ahead and start. Go on our red save. Yo, me. Yo, Captain Sop 2006 fan page. Yo, Andy GC. Yo, yeah.
Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before.
Nothing like a little bit of Friday Crash Bandicoot.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Oh yes, it is finally a live stream of Cortex Logie Berry.
Failure again.
For those that didn't see, Logie Berry is the one who voiced Dr. Neo Cortex in my Crash Bandicoot video, so be sure to give him a belated round of applause. He'll continue to play Cortex in the retrospective as well. The LARP Cortex. So how are y'all doing today? It's a Friday afternoon, you know? What's your week been like? What are you doing today besides watching me, of course? Oh, fuck. Of course I would do that during a live stream. It's, you know, the curse of live streams. I'm probably gonna play less than good. I'm gonna have to focus more, so that's great. You know, always nice to happen. Thank you, Crash. I can't get the gem anyway, so I'm good. Actually, no, I don't no, I guess I can't remember. We won't go after the gems this time. That would probably take quite a bit longer this stream. But I'll try to get the ones I can get. Hello, Ultra Eager Bro. Hope you have fun. Well, thank you, Joe Bullet Chief. Yo, Doggy and GT. Today was a good Friday. Awesome, Philemon. A little bit late because YouTube is dumb. Well, it's okay. I just got started. Thankfully off today and tomorrow after living. Saying it's the DualSense for Dolphin at the moment. Oh, nice, Sword. That sounds pretty nice. DualSense is a really good controller for emulators and stuff, so. I have been working on the Nostalgia Critic video up to this point. It is fully recorded at this point. It's, if you haven't been up to date on it, it's 50 pages. The actual recording is about 2 hours, but it will probably be a 3-hour video because it's gonna be one where I show a lot of clips from the thing, which I imagine will make up at least an hour to 45 minutes or something, you know? So we'll see, but it's gonna be being worked on this weekend and next week. Yo, thank you, Captain Usopp 2006 fan page for the $1. Thank you so much. Cortex had a romantic dinner in a restaurant. What would he order? What would he? I imagine he'd probably. I don't know why, but what comes immediately to my head is spaghetti, but I don't know why that's coming to my head immediately. He seems like a guy who'd order some kind of pasta, probably. Let's see. If the final part of the Critic series isn't called The Trial of the Critic, it would be a missed opportunity. Trial of the Critic. Let's see. Your creepypasta iceberg was sick. Love your content, dude. Well, thank you so much. Yo, Nova Nebula. I don't have any time to stay on stream for too long, but keep it great content. Well, thank you so much for joining in and for the $1 donation anyway. Thank you so much. Hi, Dylan. I adore you and your video. Oh, thank you, Lily. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you enjoy the content. But yeah, you guys can expect the Nostalgia Critic first part of that Internet Fables series to be out next week for sure. I can't put an exact date yet because, you know, when I'm editing, sometimes certain things will take longer than others. But it'll be sometime next week. If Cortex had breakfast at Denny's, what would he order? I'll have to look at the Denny's menu, but I'm like imagining something with something extravagant, like lots of whipping cream and strawberries and shit like that. Something like that. I think my favorite episode in Fables would be AVGN. Well, thank you. That one definitely took a lot of time to make. It was a real passion project, so I'm glad you liked that one. You'll probably like this next one since there is like AVGN related stuff that comes up in it since it's Nostalgia Critic, and it's kind of covering a lot of that same part of internet history, but from a different angle. Take all the time you need. Either way, the video's gonna be. Well, thank you so much, Sword. This first part is looking to be pretty fun. There's a lot of, now I don't want to spoil anything obviously because, you know, it is coming out pretty soon, but I'm pretty confident I've covered some lore and information about Nostalgia Critic in this video that no one else who's made a video on like Doug Walker and Nostalgia Critic has covered yet. So, you know, there is some stuff that you might expect. But then again, I think the weird thing about Nostalgia Critic, right, is there are a lot of videos of people like covering the movies that he's made and the change the channel drama and whatnot. But as far as a retrospective on his whole series, not just like individual pieces of it, I've never seen that. But even outside of that, there's some stuff that I think is kind of interesting to note about Doug. I've never really seen people bring up. So, should be a lot of fun. In case you're wondering, this is obviously part 1. It's going to be covering mostly the first year of that, of like the early years, like Nostalgia Critic's background, all that sort of stuff, and like the first year of that guy with the glasses.com's existence and what all the content that Doug made during that time. If you're wondering how many parts there will be all together for it, I'm gonna be real with you, I'm not 100% sure on that because I have like a vague idea, but let's just say it's gonna be more parts than the AVGN retrospective. I like that iceberg too. Yeah, thank you. I'm definitely looking forward to the history of Nostalgia Critic and Doug Walker. Awesome. What's your favorite cartoon as a kid? You know, that's hard because I watched quite a few cartoons as a kid. But I remember I liked Dexter's Lab a fair bit. I liked, well, okay, I watched it as a kid, but I didn't quite get everything that was going on until I got older. But Gargoyles was like a big, you know, I liked that a lot as a kid, and growing up I like it even more. I suppose just a lot of stuff that was coming out on Cartoon Network at the time, like Powerpuff Girls and Ed, Edd and Eddy and what have you. Let's see. Wario. Okay. Crash or Spyro? Okay, so I'm gonna be real. Funny story, right? I'm the guy making the retrospective on Crash Bandicoot, right? I'd actually say Spyro is my favorite of the two, though. I do like Spyro a little bit more, and it's because I grew up with him more. I grew up with both of them, but I really do like Spyro. There's just something about that series I just can't get enough of. Well, I mean, the original trilogy anyway. There's an atmosphere to it that is magical, truly. That being said, Crash is also obviously very good. I like them both for very different reasons. And obviously, I'll eventually get around to doing a Spyro retrospective as well, you know. But I want to do a Crash one first because I think, as I noted in the first part, I feel like Crash Bandicoot kind of gets a bit of a bad rep from certain people, certain individuals online, and I think sometimes, especially with how important the series is, as far as 3D platformers go, I never saw as many people talk about it in like the same way people talk about, say, Super Mario 64, which I think most people understand and respect that game's significance. Look at this fucking guy, by the way. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Let's just sit in his chair. Doesn't know what to do. He's completely broken. Fucking seething, molding. Can't do shit. They give him 2 extra hits in this game, in the remake. You know what he does with it? Fucking nothing. Look at this bitch. Pathetic. Alright, I'll pull him out of his misery now. Don't give Papu Papu a W. Oh, don't worry. Papu Papu's never getting a W under me. Never. The N-Sane Trilogy. Yeah. No way, Powerpuff Girls was my favorite cartoon. Yeah, Powerpuff Girls was really, really good. I watched that all the time as a kid. Let's. Actually, I don't think we can play as Coco. Well, no, we can. We'll go ahead and play as Coco for a couple levels as well. For fun. A little variety. Papu Papu. Hardest boss. Yeah, less in his head than crap. Yeah, truly. Gargoyles was the best Disney show ever. Yeah, I agree, Thursday. It really fucking was. Amazing show. Now, something that I think is a glitch in the N-Sane Trilogy is if you hit these boxes, like, even though it should hit the thing that's above it with the Rio coin, I don't think it actually does. I think you have to do it this way in order to get it, which is kind of stupid. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's like a glitch that only I should have brought it up, I guess, in the video, but I've noticed that in this level specifically, it's kind of a weird, a bit annoying glitch, you know? Kind of, oh, you know what? I think I just blew up. I can't remember if I think there's a Rio thing there as well. Oh, well. Can't remember if they changed that in this one or not. Could be a bug in the PC port. So I've played this version as well as the PS4 version, and I think it was in the PS4 as well. I think it was just one of those, unless it's like not a bug and that's just the way it's supposed to work, and it's the only time you ever run across it in the game. That's also possible. Hard to say, but it's kind of a weird thing. But it happened in both versions. Favorite Crash boss? You know, I think it's... Okay. It's one of these... I think my favorite boss that's not like a final boss, it's probably Dingo Dial from Crash Warped. I love the music there. I love the general atmosphere. He's just a really fun boss. I will say that also Engine's boss battle in Crash Warped is also really great. It's a really fun boss. And actually, the final boss of Crash 4 is also probably one of the best, honestly. Super fun boss. Alright. Dirty fucking Bandicoot. Always kind of like it because I've watched a few people stream Crash Bandicoot before and do their things. Same with Spyro. And, oh, god dang it. Oh, well. These levels, this level and then the next level are kind of like the filters for people, as far as difficulty goes. This level I have pretty well memorized, though, so, yeah, it's not an issue. Why can't you play as Coco in that level? Well, because Coco isn't a dirty Bandicoot that's like wanting to do terrible things to the fucking warthog. Only Crash wants to do that for some reason, that eludes me, but he does. He wants to do terrible things to that warthog. Plus, there's like you can't play as her during boss battles, because technically she's playable because there's like Time Machine in the third one. And that's like how they justify being able to play as her in the first two. But it would like mess with the timeline if she beat them and Crash didn't. So kind of funny. Yeah, this level is the filter for a lot of people when they're streaming the game. They're like, either they'll get past this, and then they're gonna probably stream the rest of the game up until the bridge levels, which is the next filter. Or this is where it stops, is this level. Which I always think is very funny. I'm always like anticipating it. So oh, damn. This time that. Chad Coco versus Dirty Crash. Disney Cat. Yeah, I gotta roast them once in a while, Now, I don't know if I'll be able to do this month. I'm gonna try very hard to, though. But besides the Nostalgia Critic video, the other video I wanted to get out this month is a video on a Fox in Space, which, if you're not familiar with that, Fox in Space is basically a cartoon of Star Fox, fan-made cartoon made by one guy mostly. He had some other people like help him with some of the things, right? But for the most part, he did almost everything. And by almost everything, I mean he animated it. He voices most of the characters. Not all. Well, I guess he voices less this time because he got more people to help. He composed a soundtrack. Oh, damn it. He composed a soundtrack. He obviously wrote the script and everything. It's kind of wild and extremely impressive what he was able to do. And I've been a big fan of his work for a while. And been waiting for episode 2 of it to come out for the last 6 or 7 years. And since episode 1 came out in like 2016, so you know, it finally did come out, and I want to do a video about it. Oh no! Damn it! I held the button down too long. Shame. I'll save my full thoughts for it, I guess, for the video, but some of you who's been around might remember that I did a video on Fox in Space like 4 years ago, back when there was only one episode of it at the time. And you know, a lot's changed since then, so especially, well, not just with his series, but also I got a lot better at making videos, you know? Because that video, you know, it's just fine. But it's definitely aged a bit. I had like a really shit microphone at that time, and there's a lot of things that misinformation I think I said about it that I don't know if it's exactly correct or not, so I definitely want to do a redo on that one a bit, as well as update it with the new stuff. So, hi Dylan, can we expect the Irate Gamer? When can we expect? Well, thank you so much, James, for the $2 donation. So what I have planned right now is the Nostalgia Critic retrospective is going to take several parts, right? It's going to take a while to finish, but I'm kind of considering it like an Internet Fables special, right? Where I'm gonna like continue doing it. So there's gonna be other Internet Fables that come out in between it. Because technically it won't count as a full episode until it's done. With like all the parts. So, and then I eventually like make a supercut. So I will probably be making an Irate Gamer one. Sometime within the next few months, because I do think it would be, I kind of do want to make that video sometime here soon, because because frankly part 2 of Nostalgia Critic retrospective is going to take a really long time to make. It's going to be massive, and I can't exactly say why yet, but it's gonna be quite a thing. So while I'm doing that, there will be an Irate Gamer video that comes out before then. See, that's when you can, I guess as far as like a month goes, what's it right now? April, let's see, July, April, May, June. Maybe July? Probably be a good date for it, I think. Sometime in July. So, I know you and a lot of people have been waiting for it. And I can get the Irate Gamer one done in one part as well. There is a lot to say about the Irate Gamer, but he doesn't, let's just say he doesn't have quite as extensive history as Doug does as far as content goes. Reminds me of Monkey Wrench. Also, There's an answer creatures in space and a creature to clean up animation and almost everything plus storyboard. Oh yeah, I saw you recommend me that. I'll probably give that a watch at some point. It sounds pretty interesting and looks pretty nice, so. Okay. But yeah, you can expect a Fox in Space video hopefully by the end of this month. If not, it'll be like extremely early next month. And then obviously next month there will be a another DeviantArt Iceberg part as well. That's kind of the system I've got going on right now. I'm trying to abide by anyway. Is we got like an Iceberg one month, then like an Internet Fables the next month, and then in between there will be Wandering the Web episodes and retrospectives on video games as well. So we'll see how that goes. Damn, it's time to. Yeah, in case you didn't know, you can kind of cheese this boss a bit by just standing here. I mean, he always like jumps in the exact same order anyway, so you can kind of just remember that too. Oh, except whenever that happens, I guess. That's funny. I guess that was only fair. I was cheesing him. Wasn't very nice. Got it. Thank you for responding. Do you like the irate gamer at all? Or are your thoughts on him fully negative? Or do you have, is it mixed back in your eyes? Let me pause here because I see there's a lot of messages here. So, it is mostly negative, I'm gonna be real. Now, I've not seen a lot of his stuff in years, right? So it's gonna be kind of rediscovering some of it for myself. So, you know, if there's any positives I have to say about it, you know, I will give him credit where credit is due. That being said, as far as I'm aware, especially the stuff that he did later on, he's just mostly going to be a much more negatively tinged video. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with at the moment. I wonder how a Crash Bandicoot movie would work. It'd be pretty cool if it was like obviously it'd have to be an animated one. I think it could work. I think it'd be kind of, it's possible. Don't think they would ever do that, but it'd be fun. I love you, Crash and Coco. Yeah, it's you know, I also enjoy Crash and Coco as well. Dog doing Ripperoo is a wild boy. He is. Good show. AVGN. Alright. AVGN art definitely AVGN. But like I said, something when I do these retrospectives is I'm not just like going in fully, like I go in rediscovering it as well. Like this Nostalgia Critic one, for example. I definitely had a lot more positive things to say than I originally thought going into it initially. as far not that it was going to be as negative or anything as like Irate Gamer necessarily, but I definitely kind of rediscovered a lot of aspects of Nostalgia Critic that I enjoyed, and I think in general the script for Nostalgia Critic was really interesting to write, because it's sort of me coming to grips with like actually how influential Doug is, that perhaps many don't even give him credit for. You know, he is the crazy internet bald guy, obviously, at this point. He's kind of got a bit of that reputation going on. But, you know, one thing you can't really take away from him is just, like, how significant he actually is as far as online content creation goes, and the general structure of it. So, you know, that's definitely worth noting, and you know, I'll leave the details to that till the video comes out, but I only really like the Irate Gamer Room compared to modern AVGN. Well, I mean, that's, Dylan, any plans to collab with Red Cow again? I remember them saying they'd love to have you on. Definitely, it's within the wheelhouse. I've not talked with them since then, but I definitely would be up to doing another thing. Maybe we can do something, if they're interested in, like, talking about Nostalgia Critic, and maybe even the Captain S thing since then, because, I really did learn a lot about Captain S from Brett. Okay, well, this is interesting. Didn't know that you could jump on that. Oh shit, I fucked up. Just realized, forgot this is the one, this is that one. How many Nostalgia Critic clones are there? A lot. You know, you know what's the best part about the best part about Nostalgia Critic clones, is that he created like so many of them. So I mean, you can't even blame people for doing it, because he kind of made a business model out of it. Oh! Damn it, wasn't fast enough. These continue to still be quite difficult, and these, I find these are like ever so slightly more difficult in the N-Sane Trilogy. Over the oh, I should have spinned there. There we go. Over the original. I know that sounds weird because you get unlimited tries with it here. There's something about the way they worked in the original that's easier for some reason in my brain. Good afternoon. Oh, good afternoon, Roxy Rays. How you doing? Baseballin', one's infamous clone of his. This channel's gone. Interesting. Born, go boom. You can find like one review. There's also the Blockbuster, but yeah, I remember that. I remember him. I will. So I will bring up Nostalgia Critic clones a bit, but there's like a lot of so many of them that are like, you know, because at the time he was like, you know what, let's have like Nostalgia Chick and you know, we'll have like basically all these reviewers that do different reviews other than, you know, just like different genres of stuff. So I think it was very much encouraged by him. Not that it wasn't, it was encouraged by James as well in some regards, but Doug kind of took it that step further by kind of giving them a platform as well, which is interesting. Nostalgia Teen Critic. What the fuck? I'm doing excellent. Working on some art, enjoying day off. Well, nice. I'm doing well. I guess at this moment I'm kind of, you know, I guess sort of taking a day off of like working on Nostalgia Critic stuff. So I to like stream Crash just for a bit. Oh, dang it. Forgot that one I already touched before. Just stream some Crash Bandicoot, have a bit of fun. Before I go into the editing chamber for an extended period of time. No! I keep missing it right there. The type of guy who named himself Channel. So, you know what's funny about that name? That name came from Mike Michaud, who's kind of like the man behind the man. He's been that way since kind of the beginning of Nostalgia Critic, for the most part. It's like his company name. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Fuck it. We're just gonna move. No, I want to do it. Originally, the website and Doug was kind of, he went by the moniker of that guy with the glasses. But eventually that, like, changed at some point. Which is kind of, you know. Fuck it, we're just gonna move on. I'm not trying to get the gems anyway. Oops, forgot about that. Let's see, yo, thank you, Mr. Nobody, for the $7 Canadian, or yeah. What's your thought on the second episode of Fox in Space? And can't wait for the Nostalgia Critic video. I absolutely loved the second episode of Fox in Space. Obviously I'll save some things for the video coming out on it. But I genuinely very much enjoyed it. I love the writing. I love the atmosphere that he set up. I thought the plot was really interesting. There was some genuinely... There's like a good mixture between comedy and drama. And I think all the Andros and James McCloud shit is amazing. I also love the idea of James McCloud's like signature weapon being a slingshot. There's something about that that's just so fucking unique. It's just like, but it really works. He really like uses it, like really well in like the few scenes it comes up. Just great. Also, all the wolf teenager stuff I thought was really funny. Especially because, like, he had, like, a bunch of posters that, like, I have in my room right now. So, except it's, like, you know, Star Foxified. It's, Wolf is, hashtag relatable, I guess is what I'm saying. Dylan got waifus on the walls. Well, more of the band posters, I guess. But yeah. Oh! Okay, I thought I wasn't gonna make that for a second. Oops. Alright. Gotta go now. See you later, alter ego bro. Nice to have you for the stream. Okay. Also, I guess in case you're wondering, since I am playing Crash at the moment, worth going into. Next part of the Crash Bandicoot retrospective about Twinsanity is also been underway. I kind of work on some of that stuff in the background while doing others, but all the gameplay footage is recorded for it. And I have the outline for that script done. I kind of already know what I want to say about it. As well as, like, you know, what others have said on it. What I want to say too, so. Ah! You can't hide the truth, Dylan. We know you have waifus on your walls. I mean, I guess, but they're like in other characters, you know. They got other characters in them. I got like an Evangelion poster, you know, and Cowboy Bebop and Final Fantasy VII. They got waifus in them, but it's like not the only thing on them. Oh shit. Oh, so we have come to the next filter. The next filter level. People really don't like these levels. But yeah. I think they're pretty cool. I think they're pretty fun. Oops. See. Ain't no shame in a few waifu posters. Oh gosh, I have a conspiracy theory about Dylan's wall. Fucking, in fact, that he had a Hawkwind poster on his wall. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. She's got a little animation. Husbandos. Fucking. I mean, you know, I guess it's probably husbandos for somebody. You know. Quite a few people that like Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, you know? Sephiroth. Can't say they're my husbandos, you know? I don't got any of those, but... You know, I guess they're well represented there. Sugar booger flashbacks. Oh no! I was distracted by the comment. This level. Yep, this level is... Oh yeah, you're right, yeah. But yeah, this level is like you know, a test to see how well you understand the arc of your jump in this game. And yeah, that's just the way it is. Including with these turtles. Now, originally these were a little bit more a little more funky in the original release of this, where they had like kind of strange hit detection. So that was like a flaw. They've since been fixed though. This game looks friggin' impossible. Isn't this made for 5-year-olds? Nope. This game is made for everybody. That's why it's rated E for everyone. And remember, I played this as a 5-year-old. It took me a while, but I did beat it. So, you know. Some people might have a bit of a skill issue. No, but it is a hard game. But you just gotta get good, you know? You just gotta keep trying and you'll beat it. It's really not that bad once you really like come to grips with it and like really just keep going. I think it's just not a lot of people are used to 3D platformers that are like super challenging, and so they're kind of like put off a bit by it. But you know, once you like really get a feel for it, it's like second nature. But, you know, in general, though, I am a bit of a enjoyer of difficult games. I just recently, like, I've like been playing. I'm a huge fan of the Dark Souls series. I just very recently beat Sekiro, which for me was like definitely the hardest of the Souls from Software games. I almost want to categorize that as something different though, because it's not really. It's got elements of Dark Souls and stuff in it, but gameplay wise, it's feels very different. But it's recently beat that, and that was a lot of fun. Like, remember the star in Mario 64 Want Fortress? When you had to shoot yourself into a random part of the wall? How the hell did I find... Yeah. Sometimes I wonder how... Yeah. You know. I can verify skill issue from past experience. Yeah. Yo, Zephyr Vayu. Well, the game does give you a hint. It's blasted away the wall. You ever try the Klonoa series? So, I have played some of Klonoa 1. That's actually a 3 platformer series I need to get more into. I've seen my brother and friends play through it. So it's one of those games I've seen other people play through. I need to eventually like play through it myself though. But they do seem very, very fun. Very charming games. I've had the opposite happen lately. I could never beat Marble Zone, let alone go get the emeralds, and recently I beat Sonic 2 on the Genesis with all emeralds and have beaten Sonic several times. Floor 1 is harder than Crash. Floor 1 is harder than Crash, really. I don't know. I finished 1. I loved it. I still need to play 2. Yeah, I will. I'll probably eventually get around to playing those. But it's been a bit. You know, I always forget. These lizards originally, you could only jump on them. In the original, it's meant to be like a kind of a timing puzzle, and they kind of just made it where you could spin them in this one. Kind of funny. But yeah, I've been really, like, just in general playing lots of difficult games and shit. It's been a lot of fun. Feels very rewarding. But I mean, that aside, I just really love From Software's like Souls games and shit. They're just a lot of fun. I have to eventually, I guess, because I'm all out of them now. I've beaten every single one of them, even Dark Souls 2. And so now all I got, I guess, is to play them over again, which is fair enough. And I'll probably eventually try out Neo, because I know that's like generally pretty highly regarded. So I'll probably try that out at some point. Happy birthday, Dylan. Well, thank you. Weenie News. It's not my birthday, but thank you anyway. Thank you so much. These colors don't contrast to water. It's too light. Yeah, that is a thing. Neo's a ton of fun, hard as hell though. Have you ever tried From Software survival horror Kuon? I've not. Is that made by From Software? Fuck, I didn't know that. But I've heard of it. Never played it though. I may eventually. But yeah, and now this is like a whiles away, so don't expect it for a little bit. But one of the other video game retrospectives I'm gonna be doing will be on Dark Souls. The reason I say don't expect it anytime soon though is because I am going like mega crazy with it. I've already recorded 2 gameplay sessions, like 2 gameplay playthroughs, I should say, not sessions. Because the idea that I had, that I wanted to do, is I wanted to... Oh! I fucked it up. Oh well. I wanted to actually, play through the game with different, like, play styles, because usually my default for Dark Souls is basically be Guts from Berserk. That's my default. So you know, just big ass sword, fight that stuff. And so, and then I'll usually play a second round with just magic, just for the variety. Whereas I've been recording sessions where I do it with like mostly sword and shield, because I usually don't use shields. So there's like I had to like learn all the parry mechanics and stuff in the game. Yeah, just generally speaking, I want to get like a full like in depth with all the different elements of the game. So I guess I'll eventually there will be a Dark Souls video on the channel. I also want to do the thing that in every other Dark Souls video they always shy away from. Because they're always like, so I'm going to do a retrospective on Dark Souls, but, you know, the lore, we're going to keep that separate. Well, you know, I don't know what it is. I'm going to include the lore. So that'll also be there. Yo, Peep Knox, how you doing? Oh! Come on, get over here. Be sure to include plenty of tips for scrubs like me. Well, I mean, fair enough. Same here. I've wanted to play it, but sucked too much. Well, you know, I will say there's some genuine, like, there are some ways to play the game that genuinely, like, fucking break it. Like, in an intentional way. Like, you can, basically, the secret about Dark Souls, right? And this is true of all From Software games, except for Sekiro, is there is actually a secret easy mode. And the easy mode is leveling up certain things and min-maxing. I will be talking about that, as well as some glitches and cheeses in the game that I've known about for a while. So it'll be pretty in-depth as far as all that stuff is concerned. I think I've played and finished Dark Souls all the way through like 7 or 8 times now. And I got 2 more playthroughs to go. Yo, Zen Garden Party, thank you for the $3 donation. Thank you so much. Thank you for the fist bump. So, we're actually, we're about to get to the 3rd island, the best part of the game, in just a second. So we're already almost done with Crash 1. It really doesn't take very long to beat it. Alright, bud, throw the rock. Alright, nice. Eventually, long term, I guess I'll probably do a retrospective on all the way he flexes pro. Yeah, it's always really funny. Eventually I'll you know, get around to you know, all Dark Souls games. That's gonna take a while. Like I'm you guys know I make long videos, okay? You know this about me at this point. Can you imagine how long a Dark Souls video is gonna be for me? You don't even want to know, okay? But expect it to be some pretty chunky content whenever it does come out. Before then, though, there'll probably be, like, I got some more Crash to do. The Twinsanity stuff is all recorded, like I said, as well as also Crash of the Titans. That's also all recorded as far as gameplay is concerned. Well, actually, I do have to play a hard mode playthrough of Crash of the Titans. So I guess it's halfway done. That's gonna be quite the experience, to say the least. A brief retrospective, 6 hours. Yeah, you know, that's how I do. Long format vids are great though. Yeah, oh no, for sure. I agree. I really enjoy watching them. I enjoy making them. I always like, my philosophy is, hold on, wait, let me focus on this part, because it's like, kind of a little tricky. Alright. My philosophy is, you know, I want my video to be the definitive thing on a topic, if possible. And so I always go into my videos trying to make it as thorough and, you know, all-encompassing as possible. We almost have 99 lives, by the way. We almost hit the limit. So you know, that just ends up making very long videos at the end of the day. It's just a lot of fun. It's like, I love watching content where it feels like I've learned something and I've gotten a lot of different thoughts on something, whether it be something I'm familiar or not familiar with. So I try to make content. I try my best to make content of a similar sort. Crash of the Titans and Mother of the Mutant are the only Crash games I never finished. You know what's funny about that, Zephyr? I only ever finished them, like, recently. Well, Crash of the Titans recently, because I also, like, I looked at those games, and I was like, you know what? Nah, you can miss me with that shit. And I've played Crash of the Titans, and I went into it, like, trying to be as accommodating as possible. Let's just say that video is not going to be very nice towards that game. That is a genuinely awful experience playing that game. Oh no! I couldn't see my shadow. Bearing any subjectivity, the effort for assembling hours of information and condensing is greatly appreciated. Well, thank you. I always, you know, I try my best. But yeah, ah, dang it! This one jump here is a little difficult with that. It's kind of hard to see where you're at. At least in this N-Sane Trilogy it is. Ah, my goodness. But yeah, Crash of the Titans, like, its biggest issue for me is, like, I mean, there's a lot of issues, to be perfectly honest, but one of the bigger ones is the fact that it just, like, gameplay-wise, it's the most monotonous thing ever. Like, legitimately, I just could, I wanted it to be over like, especially around the halfway point in the game, I was, like, dreading having to play more of it. And I still gotta play it again, in hard mode, because, you know, I gots to. It's just the way it is. Alright, there we go. Anytime on your channel, I'm either learning something new about the internet or reminded of memories I've forgotten. Well, that's awesome. Thank you, Thursday. That's, I'm glad, my videos are able to provide that for you. Okay. And we're at 99 lives. Can't remember if we were already there. We might have already been hit it before that, but... And got the gem. Dylan 2023. It's the life of a gamer, playing games even when you don't wanna. Yeah, I suppose so, you know. See, I guess I don't have to play the hard mode in Crash, right? Of the Titans, right? But I feel like it's the best way to fully, like, express how bad that game actually is. Because I feel like the gameplay is going to become pretty apparent what the problems of it is. You know, I keep forgetting. I need to switch back to Crash at some point as well. Because I've been giving Coco the entire journey thus far. Kill the rat guy. Damn it. Tried my luck. Hey yo, greetings from Italy. Love your channel, man. Well, thank you, Andrea Bonora. Thank you so much. And welcome. I'm glad that you enjoy my stuff. Actually, I guess while y'all are here, random question. What is you guys? What's you guys' favorite video that I have made thus far? I'm asking for research reasons, potentially. I swear it's not just to inflate my ego. Not through Crash has taken the boss fights and the Warthog. He gets a participation award. Yeah, I guess so. Got the guns remind me of Neo's villain school hall motto. Yeah, they are kind of like that, I guess. Alright, we'll play as Crash for a little bit as well. Oh, shit. This level is a certified vibe, but more so in the PS1 game. It's still got a bit of a vibe here as well. But you know, in the original, this level is lovely. Let's see. You guys, it definitely has to be the horror movie iceberg. Speaking of, when's the next part coming? Potentially, eventually. So, like, okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys, right? Eventually, I'd like to do the horror movie one. I think I'm gonna need to change the way it's formatted, which is why it's kind of been awkward. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. Because that video was extremely hard to get past copyright claims. And I could, I could do another one just like that. But it took forever. And each entry has, like, tier has even more footage that I have to sift through. So I may need to do something where I use less footage, potentially, to do it. So we'll see. It'll come eventually. I know it's been like forever since I've done that. But I'll maybe, yeah, we'll see. It's kind of just been one of those things that was put on the back burner because it was a lot of time to edit, and, I hate that this is like a reason, but it didn't do as well as any of the other ones either. So it's like, it's a lot of work mixed with not a lot of payoff as far as, any of that goes. And it's not like the biggest, because I do make a lot of stuff where it's like, small, it's more of a niche audience, like with the Crash stuff. But at the same time, it did put me off making it for a little bit and focused on some of the other ones. But it'll come out eventually. Let me see what else we have. Either YouTube Iceberg, Creepypasta Iceberg, or Internet Fables. Well, nice. It seems like you just like all my stuff, so thank you, Cyberstar, okay? Well, Dylan, since it's not for your ego, I want to say you're a very cool guy, and you're so kind. I guess my fave vid at the moment is the Spax 3 one, because of the message. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, that one definitely, it's one of my favorites that, I made just because it was a lot of fun to make, and the stories I have connected with it. My favorite is the Supercut, the Creepypasta Iceberg. I watched the whole thing like 4 times now. Oh my god, Mr. Gaming Sheep. That is quite the accomplishment. That is so many hours of your life. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you enjoy it. It's very sweet. Have you ever thought of bringing back I have brought back Wandering the Web. There's actually 2 new episodes of it. The Mike and Melissa one, and what was the other one? The Daria one. Speaking of that, I know you guys like the intro to Horror Explorer a lot, but so I'm using the same music for it, but I am like finally getting around to also making a new little intro for the Wandering the Web thing as well, for the video footage. Let's see, dang, copyright protection. Yeah, that's just the way it is. I just discovered your channel. I fell down the YouTube rabbit hole watching iceberg videos. Awesome, Zephyr. Yeah, that's like, I think that's how most people find my stuff, was through the icebergs. Which is great, cause they're a lot of fun to make. I'm obsessed with old school platformers like Crash, Spyro, and Sly 2, so those videos also appeal to me. Well, awesome. I'm glad that they do. You can look forward to, it's gonna be retrospectives on Spyro and Sly as well, by the way, in case I make that clear. Favorite video, tough to say. Probably YouTube Creepypasta Icebergs. Internet Fables would probably be Spax or Richard. Wander Reb, it would be Sonic.exe. Awesome. Are you still the record holder for the longest YouTube iceberg? As far as I'm aware, yes. Yeah, I blinked on those, might be. I saw the Creepypasta Iceberg 9 times while drawing because I had nothing else to listen to. Fucking oh my god. So have you seen the Fox Space episode 2? I have. I we talked about that a little earlier this stream. There's gonna be a new Wandering the Web episode on it, so you can expect my full thoughts there sometime soon. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. I saw the creepypasta. The CBIB is a great listen to. Creepypasta Iceberg is a great listen to while at work. Well, thank you. I know I've heard from a lot of people that that's like the main way they watch that video. It's like they do it at work and stuff, and I'm glad that I'm able to provide some entertainment while, you know, you're at work and stuff. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Really? Well, I guess no gem for me. That's what I get for looking over at the chat for a second. Shit. Shame. There's a channel currently working on the, quote, deepest unsolved mysteries iceberg that he says is gonna be over 50 hours long by the end. Well, fucking, that's pretty cool. I guess he'll be the longest one once he's done with that. I will gladly be second place once he's finished. I love Pinstripe. He's so cool. Even though his boss is fucking so easy. You just gotta stand here, wait for him to have to reload. But I love his enthusiasm and his general drip and what have you. Don't give Pinstripe a W. Oh no, no. I love Pinstripe, but he doesn't get a W. He doesn't fucking deserve it. I'm super impressed by. Let's see if he makes it to the end. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. A 50-hour iceberg would be fucking epic. 20 hours. Go for gold based. Give him the W because he is so cool. No, I can't give. I'm sorry, you know. I love Pinstripe, alright? I love him, but we don't hand out free W's in this household, okay? You gotta earn it. And I love his enthusiasm and shit, but he's not getting that fucking W until he's earned it. Can't remember, you know, I think we gotta get like a gem to do this one anyway, so just, forget which gem, but oh fuck. That one's always a little bit weird the way it's set up. But he is cool. I'm sorry. You know, you just can't. Iceberg videos can be very addictive. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I love learning about new stuff. So icebergs, that type of video format definitely scratches an itch in my brain as well. Ever since I was a kid, I would just like go online and just research random shit. Just because it was fun, like learn about shit. All the time. So icebergs are kind of like that, but it's like a guide. It's like, here's some shit to look up. Iceberg videos obviously, like, you know, provide all the answers as well, so that's nice. Since I'm like a guy who makes icebergs, you know, I'm the guy looking it up. It's kind of fun. I've always enjoyed that. But Dylan, not even a wobbly woot. No. Let Pinstripe clap your cheeks. Come on. No. Pinstripe's gotta fucking earn it. I'm sorry, alright? Oh! I knew I messed that up the second I showed. It's okay. We're just gonna down that here. Doing the white owl flying off. And the white owl. But yeah, I guess I forgot to mention this. This is like the other hard filter along with the level that comes next. For people have like a lot of issues with that. Oh, and then I died. People have a lot of issues with the turtles and jumping on them, which is, I don't know, it's weird to me. I mean, I guess it just takes practice and shit, but I mean, you just hold down the button, you see a shadow, you just move to the next section. That's all I gotta do. Did you see Izzy's Sims series retrospective? It's a great retrospective, in my opinion. I followed it since Sims 2, which isn't the first installment. So I watched the last part of it, The Sims 4, because I knew there was like a lot of drama regarding that game. I'll probably watch the other parts at some point as well. But yeah, it seemed like it was a pretty good retrospective on the series. I never really played a lot of Sims growing up. That's something more like that my sisters did. I played a little bit. Some of Sims 2, I think, on like, I think it was like on the PlayStation 2. Fucking so. Suppose I should ask as well, since you know, quite a few of you are like how many of you are actually of like, okay, I guess what I should say is, what's you guys' opinion on Nostalgia Critic and Doug Walker in general? What are your thoughts? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Do you know much about them? Did you grow up watching them? Tell me your Doug Walker story. This is also, again, one of the hardest levels in the game. Technically, the hardest now is the Stormy... Oh, not Stormy... Yeah, Stormy Ascent. Because they added that in. That was a level they originally took out of the original game because it was considered too hard. And they made this level to replace it. Yeah, this one's mainly difficult because it asks a lot of you, because you have to get to the end with only 2 checkpoints. Sorry, with 1 checkpoint rather. That being said though, in the N-Sane Trilogy, they did give you a 2nd checkpoint in the form of a Brio level, which we're about to get to. But we're also almost at the end of the level anyway by this point, so it's not all that much. Alright, let me see you guys answer. I've seen it. Her videos are great to binge too, even if I've never played most of the stuff she talks about, like Neopet. Yeah, you know, I really like Izzy's stuff mainly because I learned so much stuff I've never heard of. I mean this in the nicest way. She kind of comes from a, like, girl's perspective of the internet. So she played a lot of stuff and did a lot of things I just never experienced. And so it's definitely interesting seeing that side and like the drama that went on in it, and all, you know, all that sort of stuff. So very fun. Not very much known about him. He has a very memorable face, Doug Walker. He does. He's got a very, very memorable face, I'd say. So I have watched Doug for a long time. I used to love his videos. Part 1. Okay. Hey, yo, Meme-Addict420. Know of him, never sat down and watched his videos. Fair enough. Your videos are good, but very long, but good. Well, thank you, Meme-Addict420. You know, I only know how to make long videos, so that's just the way it is. But thank you so much. I kind of tuned out for a while after. Didn't come back until the Alice in Wonderland video he made. And what a boring video that was, part 2. Yeah, that is like a big problem with his like more recent videos. Because I've watched a few. I don't want to like give too much away, but I've seen some of Doug's more recent videos, and a lot of them are just kind of like boring. They just kind of exist. They're not terrible. They're just kind of there. Seen a few videos here and there. Never really cared for him much. And then the controversies never altered my apathy. Kind of altered my apathy. It's fair enough, yeah. Then I haven't come back until his video on the wall, and I have seen him as a weirdo since. Yeah, fair enough. Yo, that killer bunny, welcome to the stream. I still find him entertaining. I say that he got better in some aspects of his work, but in others he kind of got stagnated. Yeah, that's fair enough. It'll be interesting watching a bunch of new Nostalgia Critic videos, because, to be honest, I've not seen a lot of his newer stuff, like, at all. I've seen a few new episodes here and there, just for, like, you know, I guess mostly research purposes. I was like, what's this guy up to these days? And, you know, it was just kind of there. But I'm gonna have to watch a lot of them in, like, the latter half to end of the, retrospective. So that'll be interesting. In case you guys didn't know, by the way, I will be streaming more nostalgic, like as I go through the retrospective, I'll be streaming Nostalgia Critic and other such things via watch parties in my Discord server. You can join the Discord server via paying $2 in my membership or Patreon. And once you get paid the $2, you're in there forever. So if you only just want to do the one time, you can do that. It helps the channel. Now, I will be doing, for the movies, I will be doing a live stream of Kick-Assia the 21st of this month. So the movies I will be streaming on the channel. So if you can't pay the, $2 or anything like that, you don't want to, you can still look forward to me streaming the movies, and we can have some fun riffing and doing commentary on those. But the individual episodes and like more in-depth like stuff, I've been doing and usually do in my Discord as like little events and stuff. So if you forgot you can't jump on that one. So if you wanna join in on the fun, you can join via that. And obviously the Kick-Assia is gonna be fun to watch. It's I don't want to give all my feelings on Kick-Assia, but I will just say I think Kick-Assia is a little bit better than what most people give it credit for. I'll just say that. If you're not familiar with Kick-Assia or what I'm talking about, Kick-Assia is the first of the 3 movies that the Nostalgia Critic made for his channel, and that feature like a bunch of the other people from his channel, or not his channel, it's his website at the time, in like a big collaboration. They're like channel-wide things, so they're a lot of fun and very all over the place as far as quality, comedy, and everything else goes. But there is a bit of a charm to at least Kick-Assia. I've not seen the other 2 movies in forever. But I have a feeling, I know the one most people regard as the worst one is the last one he made, called To Boldly Flee. And yeah, from what I remember, it was it's pretty boring, pretty bad. But we'll get to that eventually. Let's see. Damn, missed 2 boxes. Yeah, I'm not necessarily going for all the boxes this time, but I've completed this game so many times, so just kind of wanted to do a nice little casual run through of the game. He shuffles the order of songs around too, so nothing makes sense. It will make your head hurt. I see. Yeah, the wall video I know is quite infamous. Of Doug Walker's thing. It's kind of what put him on the map again. Unfortunate for him, since it put him on the map by kind of making him a laughingstock even more than what he kind of was at that current point. And like people started making video essays about his wall video. So it just like went above and beyond what I think he was expecting of that. I hate Atomic Grid, another brick in the wall, part 1. Wait. Let's see, yes, part 1, not 2. I see. It's a bit more obscure since it's only in this album. It said part 1 doesn't need to exist. Let's see. It's a long story, to be honest. I was looking for what was the last review Nostalgia Critic did that I truly did enjoy, and that would be the Atlantis one from 2 years ago. I see. 2 years ago, huh? Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some of his newer ones. Just because I'll be honest. See, like, I officially stopped watching Nostalgia Critic, I think sometime around 2016 or so. Right? And it's because I was just kind of getting bored of all the skits. I was getting bored of his opinions. There's a lot of things that Doug was doing that was kind of irritating me outside of even just the reviews. Like, he kind of started having a bit of a soapbox straw man thing he was doing, where reviews started becoming more so a place for him to just be like, hey, look, this side of the argument of these people that like the movie are dumb, and these people that don't like the movie are dumb, and the only one who has the right answer is me. And, you know, you can do that once in a while, but he was doing it so often that it was sort of like, alright, I get it, you're always right, you can do no wrong, and we just, like, you know, but yeah, that kind of got a bit repetitive after a while. But to be fair, and after that, I didn't really see anything else from him other than whenever I heard about The Room. Not The Room. The Wall, rather, review. At which point, I'm like, wow, well, so that's what he's doing these days then, I guess. Last thing I enjoyed was December. 101 Dalmatians 2, which was 6 years ago, so I haven't enjoyed them forever. Yeah, oh my god, Crash is gonna get, he's been fucking assaulted, he's dead. I remember enjoying parts of Disney-cember back when I used to watch him. Not all of it, because Doug, I guess it's just the nature of things. But on like 1 second he'll have like a pretty decent take on something, and then the next it's like he has some of the like worst takes imaginable on a Disney thing sometimes. I guess an example would be his whole take on The Lion King and Scar being a bad villain because he got less interesting, according to him, whenever he like got into power at the end of the like for the third act of the movie. I'm like, no, that was like definitely part of the point. He didn't like stop being interesting during that either. There's a lot of times, and I've noticed this anyway with watching some of his older reviews, Doug also will just straight up misremember something, or he will say something that is just completely like, he'll make a criticism that only someone who had watched literally only a little bit of something would make. Don't want to spoil too much, but there's like two pretty infamous ones that I cover in this first part, that I think were pretty egregious. So I think that's like always been kind of a weakness of Doug's. Doug, he'll like he'll say stuff without like really thinking it through, or he'll say something, make a criticism of something, and the critique he has is explained in the movie itself, or in the series itself, or it's just like straight up wrong, and maybe he just forgot about it or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's always a bit irritating. Not so much these days, because it's like whatever. Doug gets something wrong and something. It's like, all right, that's kind of cringy, but you know, it is what it is. But back in the day, though, when Doug was like one of the only guys making like who could make movie reviews, if he got something wrong or just like straight up made up some shit, it would be like, it would go on forever, people saying the misinformation. It's so annoying. Rip Crack Bandicoot. I like how Crash gets more and more injured by falling down boxes in the N-Sane Trilogy. Same, I also like. It's a cute little detail. A series I did enjoy from his channel was the Twilight Tober Zone. But I heard about that. I heard people say that that one was pretty good. So I'll definitely be looking into that. Example, what's your opinion on Linkara? So, okay, Linkara is, he's an interesting guy, you know? I'll be honest, I'm not really into American comics all that much. So I never really watched them as much as other people did, I think. So when but from what I've seen of him, his content seems like it might be okay, but it also seems terribly boring to me. But you know, I will, for retrospective purposes, I'll be watching his stuff to find out for myself my full opinion on him. But as far as like outside of his content goes, Linkara as a person, Linkara is definitely like kind of weird because he kind of, I don't know, he's definitely a strange guy. He's done something I think is a big mistake. In that when people mock him or joke about him, he's decided to take it very seriously. And goes on about it a lot. Via Twitter and his own channel. I think that's a big mistake. A lot of people make fun of Doug Walker. Like a lot of people make fun of Doug Walker. But you know something that you can't take away from him is Doug Walker has been pretty fucking chill about it. He's able to laugh at himself. And that honestly gives me a lot more respect for Doug. Regardless of if he has shit takes or whatever. It's like, well, at least he's like, you know, he's willing to laugh at himself. He's willing to be like, you know, hey, people don't like my stuff, that's fine. If people make fun of me, that's cool. I think it's funny, you know. Whereas Linkara doesn't seem to do that, and that's a shame. Sometimes I feel like he didn't actually watch what he was reviewing most of the time. Sometimes, so like I know he's watched the stuff, but like if he's like watched a TV series, he definitely didn't watch all of it. Like anytime he reviewed a TV series that had an ongoing story, he'd make criticisms about it. All right, you know, I'll just tell you one. All right, Sonic Sat AM, right? He made a video about it. Like one of his first videos was him doing like a comparison between Sonic Sat AM and the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and why he likes Sonic Sat AM. But then he made like critiques against Sat AM, like, well, he's like, why is Princess Sally called Princess Sally? I mean, you never see the king, do you? Where's the king? you know, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You know, why isn't she just calling herself a queen at that point? If there's no king, you know, you just call yourself a princess because you like the title, don't you? I get part of it's a joke, but in the actual show, they do show the king. He's like a very important plot element in season 2. He's seen in at least 3 or 4 episodes. So the fact that he like made that critique lets me know he didn't watch those episodes. That he didn't watch the whole show. Cause it's like, it's not even like a casual thing. It's like legitimately the entire plot of at least 3 fucking episodes. So the fact that he's like doing this, where is he? It's you know, it's like, okay, well, now I know you didn't watch it all the way through. Which you know, it's, I guess at the time the idea was he wanted to make as much content as possible, and so he was kind of just skimming through stuff. But at the same time, though, you know, that means his opinions aren't like fully like, you know, I guess developed. He doesn't know everything in the thing that he's reviewing. And when you know that, it makes you take all of what he's saying a lot less seriously. At least it does for me. Because, like, I mean, that's a cool take you have, but now I know that you don't watch this stuff all the way through a lot of the time. You know? There's also another infamous one that's like, I'm gonna save for the video because I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, that's an example of one. Let's see. Meanwhile, Doe in the wall video criticizing Twitter. Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely that, but, like, when he's been interviewed, personally, he's, you know, been pretty chill. They showed him, like, there's, like, a interview, I forget who did the interview, but they showed him clips from Oni Plays and a bunch of other people who basically were dunking on him, and he genuinely did laugh and did seem like he was okay with it, so, I mean, you know, at least there's that. Very bad opinion. Do no research and base all your thoughts off of the first 5 minutes. Yeah, that's you know, that's like the problem with that's, and we're at the final boss now, by the way. We beat the whole game, or we're about to. Linkara's analog series Winter of '83 was really good. It had a weak start, but it got better with each episode. Alright, well, I'll be sure to keep that one in mind whenever I do eventually get to watching some of Linkara's stuff. This boss theme is so fucking great. Cortex's theme in general is just like so Kino, so good. Oh! I thought I was gonna get hit there. That was like hair away from being hit. Oh! Okay. I don't know how that hit me, but sure. I will say there is, it feels like there is a very slight issue with the hitboxes of the things in the N-Sane Trilogy. It's not terrible, but I definitely did feel it right there, and I felt it before fighting this. Dang it. No! Oh my god, it did it again.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
This is probably the hardest boss in the game, though, for sure. Regardless of anything. Suppose it is only fitting since it is the final boss, you know? Damn. Now, here's the golden question for Cortex. Why the fuck is he shooting the green ones, you know? Oh shit. Oops. And we just beat Crash Bandicoot 1 on the N-Sane Trilogy. We did it, guys! It's done. How long did that take for us to beat? Hour and a half or so? Cortex theme, no fam, that's the Dylan the Vampire, I mean science thing. I see. But Papu Papu is horrific. Yeah. Like 2 hours. Well, nice. So, that's Crash 1. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the, you know, the thingy. So it's almost 6. I think we could probably maybe I think we could probably play some of Crash 2 for a bit. Why not? I don't know if we'll be able to. We're gonna finish Crash 2 right now. But you know, I'm having fun, so. Here's a random question, since I'm playing one of my childhood favorite video games. What are some of you guys' like childhood favorite video games that you played growing up?
Crystals, of course. No.
One that's like important to you.
Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we'll need to find an enemy.
Hard one. Sonic and Punch Out for the Wii immediately came to mind. Ooh, nice. Which Sonic was your first Sonic Sword? Which was the first one that you played? So Crash is like he's got the slide jump in Crash 2, the best 3D platformer move ever made, if you ask me. Well, one of them anyway. It's not the best. It's one of the best. Always feels so good to have it after you've beaten Crash 1. Let's see. The Ratchet and Clank series. Oh, I love Ratchet and Clank series. Yeah, that was fucking great. My library of games as a child was over 100 for my PS2 alone. You know, that's fair. I grew up with a lot of games as well. I have a lot that very important to me. That would be Shinobi 3 Return of the Ninja Master. Awesome. I remember I played that back on my PSP via the Genesis collection years ago. I played the first 3 games, then my PS2 broke. Aw, that's a shame. She never got to play Deadlocked. Just a really great game. Kirby's Return to Dreamland, or Mario 64. I also love Sonic Colors as a kid, but I know that game hasn't aged well. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Kirby Return to Dreamland and Mario 64 are, like, great choices. See, I played Nintendo games at a later point, because I did end up getting, like, a GameCube, and I would eventually, for my birthdays, I would buy, like, an N64 and a Super Nintendo, mainly because I was obsessed with playing the other entries in the Star Fox series, which was one of my childhood favorites, and still is one of my favorite series to this very day. But as a whole, I'd say I was more of a PlayStation kid. So I grew up more with PS1 and PS2 3D platformers, and it took me a little while to eventually get around to playing Mario 64, which is a really good game. But, well, that was a lot of people's first. Mine was Spyro and Crash. Let's see. Every platform needs a DK roll jump mechanic. DK. Let's see. I believe it was the first one. It was a Mega Collection on the GameCube years ago, so I can't say. That was how I played the original Sonic games as well. My first Sonic game was Sonic Adventure for the GameCube, DX for the GameCube. And then after I played that, I realized there was all these older Sonic games. I wanted to try the older ones, and so I ended up getting Sonic Mega Collection. And played them through that, and I learned through the Mega Collection that there's comics and all this other stuff. I was obsessed with Sonic for a while, and then eventually I got Sonic Adventure 2 as well. It's like, the GameCube was the Sonic system, man. That was just where you could play all the good... If you were like a new developing fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, that fucking console was... It had everything you needed. Damn, I tried to do a trick. Let's see. Nothing on PS2 can ever top Sly Cooper for me, I think. You know, let's go. Yeah, I agree. Of the 3, like, 3D platformers, right? On PS2, Ratchet and Clank, Jack, and Sly Cooper. I love all of them. I think they're all amazing series. but for me, Sly Cooper does win as well. It's just so good. So fucking good. What did I miss? Sorry, it seems Dylan asked something. I asked what's your favorite childhood video game? Something that's important to you. To this day, I still have never played Sly 1. Need to change that. Yeah, for sure. Sly 1's a really great game. It's different from Sly 2 and 3, obviously, gameplay-wise. In fact, funnily enough, Sly Cooper 1 is kind of a Crash Bandicoot game, but with sneaking mechanics. So, very fun game. Hey Dylan, how do you think of Sonic Frontiers? I loved Sonic Frontiers. I think Sonic Frontiers is fucking Kino content. I think it's the best 3D Sonic platformer that's come out in years. I love the story, I love the gameplay, I love the character interactions, I love the final boss, and everything to do with Sage and Robotnik was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Cannot wait for the DLC and stuff for that game. My important childhood game were Nintendogs, New Super Mario Bros. DS, and Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. Yes, those are some good picks. I never played Spirit Tracks, but you know, I did play Nintendogs and Super Mario Bros. On DS though. Let me see. It's the level where the guy lost 30 lives, just making a joke. Nothing against the same. Big memories of playing both adventure titles a bit as a kid, but my collection Advance 3 will forever be important to me. Yeah, that's fair. I played like so many of the Sonic games growing up. I got the Gems collection. I played everything there was of Sonic at the time. Also, yes, in case you're wondering, I will eventually also do Sonic retrospective. As much as that's like kind of you know, a cliche, some might say. At this point, I also want to do that because that one's going to be interesting because it's going to not just be a retrospective on you know, the games, but also kind of a retrospective on Sonic retrospectives because I've seen so fucking many of them. Kind of do that anyway if I like addressing other people's thoughts in my videos on video games. I've watched so many takes and stuff on it. It's kind of, I think, fun and kind of gets me in the mood of like really thinking about what I like and don't like about something in more in-depth detail. I haven't finished it yet, but I know I'm near endgame. Alright, let's see. I watched a long retrospective on the Sly series a while back, and it really opened up my eyes to how good the storytelling in those games was. I bet you're talking about B-Mask's videos on it. I'm almost sure of it. And yeah, I think those are some very good videos on Sly Cooper. Yeah, the storytelling in Sly Cooper is really fucking good. Very good character work. Ever heard of the old Flash game Everybody Edits? I've never heard of that, no. Part 1 of DLC is out, the site's speed is... Oh yeah, it is. I haven't played it yet because I'm kind of waiting for all the DLC to come out for it so I can kind of play the whole thing over again with all the DLC and stuff in there. But I have seen it and it looks like it's a lot of fun. Man, a real sleeper hit for me was Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. Yes, I see. Never heard anyone talk about it, but it was very ahead of its time. See, I've not played as many Castlevania games other than like Symphony of Night, but I've been recently watching my friends play through a lot of them, so kind of funny you bring that up. Yeah, they always look like fun. I've only played the first Castlevania on NES. I hear really good things. Yeah, Castlevania Symphony of Night is like amazing game, so I definitely can. At least I, at the very least, can recommend that one. Have you watched any of Brandon Rogers' content, Dylan? He makes both really fun stuff and good stories. His magnum opus is his Blame the Hero series, in my opinion. I've never heard of him before, but I will look him up later on, though. But yeah, no, I've never heard of him before. In your Nostalgia Critic research, try and find his eBay auctions of props from Kikassia, like a $300 box of Quaker Oats. Oh, that's interesting. I'll look into that. See, in part 1, I won't get to Kikassia yet. But I will look into that. That's pretty fucking funny. Yep, had to look it up. It was B-Mask. Yeah, B-Mask made some. I'm a big fan of B-Mask. I've seen quite a few of his videos. I like a lot of what he has to say about a lot of things. I've not seen every one of his videos. I don't agree with every single take he has, but in general, there's a lot that I do agree with. And actually, for a while, he kind of put me off trying to do a Sly Cooper video, because I thought, man, I probably won't make ones better than that. But you know what? I'm gonna attempt to at least, I don't know. I'm not trying to one up him or anything. I'm gonna at least try to make some really, really good ones. Cause Sly Cooper's, you know, quite important to me. So, Dylan, is there something that you miss from the old days of the internet, content creation wise, that you think couldn't be replicated nowadays? So there's a few things. Like, I think there was a general atmosphere of people not caring as much. Like, it was sort of people just were creating things, and like, you know, I guess you want my honest answer. I think I liked how there was a lot more edgy content back then, and that was kind of allowed to exist. You could see some fucking wild individuals back then, and you can still see that now a bit today, but you won't see them as often outside of somebody making a video about them, I guess. So there's definitely an atmosphere that was interesting of the time. But I'll be frank, though. There's a lot, and also, like, there's just like I like how the internet in general, less content, but more internet was like less decentralized. You could like find little websites for every little niche, and they all had their own little communities and shit. I love that stuff back then. I'm very nostalgic for those times. And nowadays everything's kind of centralized. Everyone's on YouTube or Reddit. or Twitter or whatever, and there's not like a lot of variety anymore as far as that goes. Nothing can exist within its own little vacuum either. Every community is aware of every other community, and it's kind of, I think, made people grow extra cynical and afraid to like do creative things as much because they know the whole world is potentially watching. So you know, that's it. That in general is stuff I miss. That being said, though, as far as actual content goes, like I do think a lot of the content being made nowadays is better than the content being made back then. I like long form content and documentaries of the quality that's coming out these days were not something that you could ever foresee fucking happening back then. So there are definitely things that are better these days as far as like online content creation goes. But there is definitely something, you know, for everything gained, there is always something lost. That's just the nature of the beast. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. He also voices Blitz in Hell of a Boss by Visipop, if you haven't watched that. I have recently watched all of Hell of a Boss, funnily enough. And yeah, it's pretty good. And I did not know that, so I will look into that. Brandon Rogers is really talented and underrated. I will look into him. Castlevania is most certainly the precursor to Dark Souls, so it's been nice to see the soul of Castlevania live on by inspiring Miyazaki. Yeah, I agree. No, for sure. It definitely is there. Gonna head out now. Nice chatting. We'll see you later, Crow Mudgeon. It's been nice talking to you. Do you know about Yick Dylan? Running Shine did a vid on it. They're doing a remake of it soon, and I'm looking forward to it. I didn't know they were so I am aware of Yick, and I am extra aware of Running Shine's video on it, because I'm a big fan of his. I was not aware they were making a fucking remake of it, though. That's news to me. That will be interesting to see what they do with that, I suppose. Only 90s kids remember Ratsona response videos. Yeah. If Dylan was real, could you beat... If Crash was... I don't know how I read that as Dylan. If Crash was real, could you beat him in a fight? I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. Probably not. Crash... Alright, he may be kind of a moron, alright? Crash is fucking unstoppable, though. Do you see the shit that he does? Like, you can have guns, laser beams, world-ending things, and he's just gonna keep running and spinning. You know? He's not struggling at all. So, you know, I'd like to think I'd have a chance, but... I don't have enough hubris to believe I could actually beat Crash Bandicoot. I'm sorry. I think anyone that does is playing a fool's game with himself. I mean, look at this guy, right? He doesn't even have a neck to fucking strangle. He's all muscle. He's terrifying. True, documentary quality is much better now. Better than professional media. I agree. I do agree, Josh. Documentaries made on the internet are fucking amazing these days. And I feel like there's a lot more actual research and like long form content research, people really doing the work you're getting paid off a lot more these days for that, and I really like that. For real, it's insane we can have videos with the length of production values of films. Completely agree, yeah. I'm gonna go. It's getting late. Bye. By the way, no, I couldn't beat Dylan in a fight. Fucking fair enough. See you later, Doggy and GT. It's been fun having you. Thank you so much for joining in. Can anyone name a famous Dylan? Fucking, you're listening to him right now. You think you're talking to? Max Ice? No, but I guess there are others. There's like, what, Dylan Thomas, right? You know? He's a poet. There's fucking, you know, Bob Dylan, the musician. That's pretty popular, you know? Okie doke, I will definitely do that then. I shall. Dylan the Hedgehog. Got this boss's things pretty well memorized at this point. That's the one problem with this boss, is once you know where to go, it's always easy. But yeah, I've seen some of the best content I've ever seen from the last several years as far as like online stuff goes, but there is still a lot of stuff from the older days that I think is also great.
I see that Ripperoo failed to prove much of a challenge yet again. But back to business.
Have you ever checked out the No More Heroes series? So I haven't. I've recently watched someone play through some of them. And I have them on Steam. I have the first two on Steam. But I've not played them yet. But they are on my list of games to get to eventually. Fun fact, the game Parappa the Rapper has an official... I did know about that, actually. I've never seen it, but I heard some YouTuber mentioned that. I don't remember who. Whatever happened to Ask Ninja? Ask Ninja. You know, that weirdly sounds familiar, but I don't think I'm aware of what that is. But for some reason, it sounds really familiar. Alright, I'm gonna like do a deep cut for some people. Alright, this will determine whether you were one of those guys or you weren't one of those guys. I'm not gonna say what type of guy. I'm just gonna say you are one or aren't. Okay. Does anyone here remember the YouTube show Is It Okay to Microwave This? Okay, there we go. Alright, let me check you guys' answers. Whenever you do play them, a retrospective would be cool. Well, you know, I will consider it for sure. No guarantees, but I definitely do want to play them sometime soon. Maybe I'll stream them at some point. It'd be kind of fun. I remember Will It Bend, but not that. I've never heard of that. I'm gonna go check it out now. All the episodes are on YouTube. Okay. Let's see. I have not heard of it. Will It Bend, but not the other one you mentioned. I have a serious question I need to ask. If it's okay to microwave... I need to ask, is it okay to microwave a microwave inside of a microwave? See, if you watch that show, you'd know the answer to this question. Well, it's okay, fellas. It's alright, you know? Not everyone can be one of those guys that's heard of it. I'm probably gonna make like a Wandering the Web episode on it at some point. It's in because I mean, to give you the gist, it's in the name of the title. The show is about putting shit in the microwave and seeing what happens. You know? And they had the signature. They had like a door with tinfoil on it they hid behind. So they're like, they had their catchphrase, "So we can protect our balls." And that was that. That was basically the fucking show. Okay, you know, like they put shit in a microwave, it would usually melt or explode, and then they'd be like, "Fucking whoa, oh." Like fucking, I don't know, Mordecai and Rigby or some shit from the regular show, right? That's basically the show. It was, I've not seen it in years. But there was like a kind of, I remember subscribing to it back in the day, and they did get rather popular for their time. They had over 1 million subscribers and shit. And I remember... I don't know how well it holds up as far as comedy goes. But I do remember that in general, there was just a basic kind of blind fascination with the show where it's like, well, I wonder what is going to happen when you put that shit in the microwave. It's always the same answer, though, you know? It's gonna fucking melt or blow up, you know? But, you know, all the same, that was the series. It's one of the earlier YouTube series. We're talking like 2006, 7, 8 type of deal. 67% sure it's the same effect as dropping a toaster inside a bathtub. Yeah, about the same. Yeah. Love your style. Keep up the good work. Try to get Chris Boris on. Well, thank you, Josh L. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get Chris Boris on. Let me abuse this polar bear for free lives real quick. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But we'll see, I suppose. Speaking of that, something else. I've mentioned in a few other places as well up to this point, but in case you guys didn't know, especially for you guys that are patrons or channel members, there's going to start being one exclusive video every month via the channel memberships and Patreon. Now, some of these videos are going to be kind of tie-ins to future videos, so you know, don't expect it to be like the most like long form whatever type of content like that. What you should expect though is some more smaller niche type things, like readings of creepypastas, like supplementary videos to other videos I've already made, reaction type content, stuff like that. But that is definitely something that's coming out over there on that end. The first new video this month for patrons and members is going to be a reading of the Sonic.exe remake, with commentary after every chapter. That'll be coming out later this month, in the latter half. And in case you're wondering, there's also going to be, at a later point, there's going to be a new Wandering the Web episode on Sonic.exe where I will also, like, be covering Sonic.exe, like, it's kind of like, it'll be a pseudo remake of my old Sonic.exe video, but also of all the new drama that happened with JC the Hyena, including, like, the grooming allegations and stuff, as well as, like, you know, the remake and what have you, as well as like where Sonic.exe went after that, because it like got popular all over again. So you can expect that sometime as well in the coming months. Let's see. Who would win a fight, Crash or Gumball? Well, I don't know a lot about Gumball, but I'm just gonna say Crash, you know. Has Gumball killed anybody? 'Cause Crash has. That should tell you something. How many people has Gumball killed with his own hands? Spinning so fast that you just literally tear people out of the realm of reality. That sounds amazing. Can't wait for those. Thank you. Yep, those are going to be coming out soon. So I wanted to make some smaller form stuff, especially because some of you guys on Patreon and via members have been supporting the channel for quite a little while, and wanted to make sure I give you guys something special. Oh snap! Dylan's gonna talk about Friday Night Funk and convert. Yeah, I am. You caught me. It's gonna be brought up. It's gonna be talked about. So yeah. Is this your first time reading Sonic.exe remake? So I've read through it by myself in the past. But it's been a while, and I've never like written a little commentary on it or anything. So yeah, I'm aware of all its contents, but it's been a little bit since I've read it. But spoiler, okay, it's not very fucking good. All right, but the way in which it's not good is so different from the original. You kind of just have to read it or hear it to believe it. It's a fascinating case study, shall we say. Oh, fuck. At some point, there'll probably also be the place where I read the Jeff the Killer novellas as well, is via that. So, look forward to that. Those I have not read. I've read some of the first Jeff the Killer novella. Didn't seem like it was very good, you know, but yeah. All right. Is this next boss? Yeah, I think it is.
10 of 25 crystals. You're on your way. I'm running low on power, so communication from this point will be difficult. Remember, I'm counting on you.
Alright, let's crash it. Alright, the Komodo Bros. Check this out. Check this. Watch this. Watch me make an absolute fucking fool out of these two, right? This is the method I like to call walking around in a circle. It's a pro gamer strat. What? Oh, okay. Oh! Almost got... Oh, okay. Well, shit. They fucking got me. That's what I get for being a cocky bitch. You know, that's just the way it is. But yeah, normally you just walk around in a circle. That's the whole idea. Actually, technically, all you have to do is just, like, get behind him and just stand still for a second. But... Fuck. After this, we're probably gonna start, like, heading off in a minute with this stream, since we've been doing it for a little while. But I did want to ask you guys real quick. Obviously, there's gonna be a stream of Kickassia. I've already, like, confirmed that for this month. But I want to ask you guys, what are some, like, other games you'd like to see me stream? Be they like 3D platformers or, you know, otherwise. Horror games. Even multiplayer games is up, you know, potentially. If you, you know, if you guys wanted that. Let me know.
Show, Crash. The Komodo brothers obviously lacked your mettle. but now's not the time to get cocky. There are still many crystals to obtain. Remember, the world is counting on you.
Don't see anything. Give me just a minute here. I'm gonna send y'all something. Okay. So, I think we're gonna go ahead and take a break for now. We may eventually come back to the N-Sane Trilogy and finish it. We're about like halfway through the whole trilogy at this point, maybe slightly less than half. You know, I think there's a good place to take a little break. We've been doing stream for about almost 3 hours, so I want to thank all you guys for joining in the stream. This has been a lot of fun. Like I said, look out for the Kikassia stream coming out on the 21st. I will try to make a thing for it sometime soon, so you can set your notifications early. Look forward to the Nostalgia Critic first part of the retrospective coming out sometime next week. You guys on Patreon, look out for the Sonic.exe remake reading. And hopefully, if all things go according to plan, there'll be a Fox in Space Wandering the Web, either at the very end of this month or beginning of next month. We will see. Can't promise which one will be. Yeah, it's been fun. All you guys have been very awesome. Thank you to anyone who donated, obviously. And I will see you guys later. I guess to end it like the videos. Until next time, this has been Dylan the Night Owl, flying off.